Blessing, welcome to News Desk 45 minutes from the news and current affairs department here at the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. Today is the 30th day in the month of November 2025. Analyst Johnson Gbarntolmah present in the headlines. One of an 8-year-old real survivor is seeking for justice for the child who was abused civil society organization and international partners for help following weeks of controversies surrounding construction of the Dore River Bridge. Ministry of Public Works approves for construction of the 98-feet bridge by CMC in Benin County. University of Liberia encourages Liberian students to create interest in gender and security studies, concludes a day-long orientation and away from Liberia, separatist leader cities to life for tourism. These plus many more the reading of the news reports are all packaged on today's edition of the Torgbean News Desk. We'll take a break and be back. Many thanks for rejoining us. We are powered by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited. But at this point, we want Emanuel Sensee, who will set the pace with the reading of the news bulletin. Good evening.
Good evening, Johnson. Good evening, everyone. The mother of an 8-year-old girl is pleading to civil society organizations, the government of Liberia, and international partners to help seek justice for her daughter, who was allegedly raped by a 15-year-old boy identified as Lincoln Charles. According to Naomi, the incident occurred on November 17, 2025, at the Faith Mission Christian System School in the GSA Rehab community. She narrated that her daughter had gone to use the bathroom when the alleged perpetrator, a student of the same school, repeatedly attacked her. Naomi recounted that the suspect allegedly pushed the little girl to the floor inside the bathroom before sexually abusing her. She further alleged that 15-year-old Lincoln Charles threatened to kill the child and burn down their homes if she ever told anyone about the incident. Hence, the ordeal now says her daughter's health has seriously deteriorated, leaving her in a critical condition that continues to worsen. This first mother is now calling on human rights groups, child protection organizations, the Liberian National Police, and the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection to intervene so that her daughter can receive justice and adequate medical support. The Citizens Movement for Change (CMC) has welcomed the decision of the Ministry of Public Works granting full approval for the construction of the 98-feet Dore River Bridge in Bond County. The bridge to be constructed is funded at US $518,876.36 by CMC and executed on a document's technical oversight. In a letter dated October 19, 2025, and addressed to Representative Marvin Poe of Bond County, Minister Roland Ginnings approved the bridge, welcoming the partnership with the CMC and transmits the full engineering designs, scopes of that's work, and bills of quantities prepared by the ministry's bridge unit as the official technical standards for the project. A release from the CSC emphasized the movement's appreciation to its political leader, Musa Hassan ability, whose steadfast leadership and insistence on lawful citizens creating solutions were central to the achievement. The release stated that the decision was the best way for the government and citizens to work side by side aimed at bringing development where it is needed most. The University of Liberia has concluded a day-long orientation aimed at encouraging Liberian students to develop interest in obtaining a degree in gender and security studies at the university. Making remarks Thursday during the orientation led to in Monrovia, UEL Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Agnes Reeves Taylor, described the program as a momentous obligation in the history of the UEL. According to her, this is the first PhD program at the state-run university that focuses on gender and security studies, while urging Liberians to take advantage as she will also enroll in the studies for her second PhD. For his part, the Vice President for Graduate Studies and Research at the University of Liberia, Dr. Jonathan Taylor, expressed appreciation to the students who decided to take the advantage of posts being offered. In question, the beneficiaries, the focus on their studies are creating more time to research, something he described as the bedrock of the program. The orientation, which was held in the auditorium of the University of Liberia main campus, was held under the theme, The Future of Gender and Security Studies in Liberia. The political leader of the Citizens Movement for Change, Musa Hassan Bility, has criticized the 2026 draft national budget, describing it as a disaster that offers no benefit to the ordinary Liberians. Representability said the budget appears merely to facilitate wasteful spending rather than supporting national development. According to him, the current fiscal document is to only enrich officials of the workers' government because it lacks strategic vision to address pressing national issues. The CMC political leader also questioned the government's revenue projections, pointing out inconsistencies in the forecast. Belity also questioned the government for allocating more funding toward the National Security Agency operations and thereby providing less funding to the Liberia National Police that is charged with the authority to protect lives and properties. He spoke Thursday when he appeared on the Truth Breakfast Show here at Truth FM. In the development, the political leader of the Sensee and representative of Lima County District 7, Musa Ability, has vowed to construct 4 bridges in Bond County. According to Representative Ability, his decision to embark on these projects stems from the continuous challenges faced by citizens of central Liberia due to the lack of adequate infrastructure to ease movement within the county. Speaking Thursday on the Truth Breakfast Show, the latest stated that while leaders in the county have failed over the years to implement such meaningful projects, the CMC is prepared to step in and prioritize the interests of the Liberian people. He emphasized that one of the key responsibilities of any leader is to address present issues affecting the population rather than focusing on personal interests. At the same time, the Nima County District 7 representative reaffirmed his commitment to undertaking additional bridge construction projects intended to connect several counties across the country. President Joseph Walker says Liberia remains fully committed in combating money laundering, terrorist financing, and all related crimes. According to him, this commitment is not the matter of external obligations. It is a national priority rooted in Liberia's desire to safeguard the integrity of the financial system. The Liberian leader said the government's arrest agenda has in place international frameworks that align with international best practices. He pledged his government's commitment to continue to prioritize support to the Financial Intelligence Agency to resources, technology, and operational capacity it needs to perform effectively. President Walker added that Liberia will continue to collaborate fully with GEBA regional member states to ensure robust and measurable progress. Criminal Court A has issued an arrest warrant for 27 individuals for allegedly refusing to appear for jurors' service for the November term in Montserrat County. The 27 individuals' names, according to RCR judicial correspondent, were submitted to the jury management officer at the Temple of Justice by various government ministries and agencies as well as private institutions to serve as juror for the November term at Criminal Court A. Some of the affected individuals are Electra Vani of the Ministry of Commerce, Rebecca Bomba, National Public Health Institute, Jaffa Civil Service Agency, Halala Okolu, Ministry of Agriculture, Miata Satya, Liberia Bank of Development and Investment, Jomodo, Ministry of Commerce, Isaac Charlson, Internal Audit Agency. George Roosevelt Willis, November 20 arrest warrant was instructed has instructed court officers backed by armed police officers to apprehend the living body of 27 individuals in question to come and show us why they should not be held for contempt. Our judicial correspondent said jury service is a constitutional duty and those refusing to submit for jury's duty rates 14 days imprisonment at the Monrovia Central Prison consistent with the new jury law of Liberia. The junior officer of the Executive Protective Service, the EPS, identified as Flomo Kennedy, is spending his second night at the Monrovia Central Prison for refusing to surrender a suspected armed robber to criminal code D for criminal prosecution. Officer Kennedy, according to our judicial correspondent, was arrested on Wednesday, November 19, at the Executive Mansion for contempt of court after he served as surrogate bond for an armed robbery suspect who is believed to be his brother. The suspected armed robbery has reportedly gone into hiding with the intent to avoid litigation on allegation of armed robbery. Our judicial correspondent said the assigned judge as criminal court D has vowed to keep the EPS agent at Monrovia Central Prison until his brother can come under the jurisdiction of the court to face criminal prosecution as provided by law. A high-level parliamentary delegation from across West Africa is currently in Liberia. The launch of the West African Young Parliamentarian Network. The network will be launched on November 21 in Gbarntolmah County on the margins of the seventh edition of the annual Youth Education and Leadership Conference. Ahead of the launch, Mark Weber has held a series of fruitful engagements with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Youth and Sports, the Governance Commission, and the UNFPA, among others. During the engagements, Weber executive shared their vision for an African where young people are prioritized and included in governance processes. They envision a region that protects its women and girls and addresses challenges confronting young people, including unemployment and substance abuse, among others. The network believes having young representation in key sectors of government will help drive change as only youth can truly understand youth-related issues. Their visions were welcomed by heads of ministries and commissions who pledged their support to the network. Meanwhile, the seventh edition of the annual Youth Education and Leadership Conference will commence in Ghana, Lima County on Friday, November 21. The three-day conference will bring delegates from across Africa to the table to discuss issues affecting the region's youthful population and put forth recommendations to policymakers, government officers, CSOs, youth organizations, the media, and entrepreneurs, including local and international delegates, among others, are expected to attend the conference. The Liberian Senate has officially confirmed Nancy Kazulu as Director General of the National Bureau of Concessions. Kazulu's confirmation followed a comprehensive and engaging hearing conducted by the Senate Committee on Concessions and Investment. After a thorough vetting process, 18 senators voted in favor, an endorsement that highlights both confidence in his leadership and optimism for the future of the NBC. The Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, LDA Lima County Detachment, has arrested two suspects, Jeremiah Yakawolu, age 29, a mechanic, and Maurice Kuma, 23, a motorcyclist in Gbarntolmah County. The arrest took place on November 19 after officers discovered 47 packs, 470 straps of tramadol concealed inside a used car tire. The suspects were reportedly transporting the substances from Guinea into Liberia through the township the stolen support in Gaza. According to the LDA release, the seized narcotics have an estimated street value of 940,000 Liberian dollars, equivalent to $5,222 in the US quantity. Both Yakawulu and Kuma are undergoing a full investigation and will be forwarded to court in accordance with Liberia's amendment law. Health authorities are raising new concerns as the country records a rise in HIV cases. The National AIDS Commission says about 36,000 Liberians are now living with HIV, reflecting an increase between late 2024 and early 2025. Officials say women account for most of the new infections, a trend linked to long-standing economic inequalities and limited access to health services, especially in rural communities. The situation has worsened following a freeze in U.S. foreign aid, which has has disrupted HIV services in several health facilities across the country. Health experts warn that Liberia must increase domestic funding to prevent setbacks in its national HIV response. Despite these challenges, treatment outcomes remain positive. Many patients on the base drug treatment continue to achieve viral suppression, showing better results than older HIV medication. The national leadership of the JND TAC team has announced a boycott of the Unity Party's December 6th homecoming and fundraising program. In an official statement issued Thursday, the leadership ordered all members across the country not to attend or participate in the event on behalf of the TAC team. According to the statement, the decision is intended to protect what the team describes as its neutrality, integrity, and organizational standards. The recovery of economic activity for Liberian informal sector employment realized project has officially launched the Youth Empowerment Zone YES platform, a digital hub designed to connect young Liberians with employment, training, and entrepreneurship opportunities. According to a realized project press release, the Youth Empowerment Zone platform provides a one-stop space for youth to access verified jobs listing, apply for scholarships, enroll in training programs, promote their businesses, and network with peers and employers. The founder of the Goshen Faith Transformation Center, Pastor Moses Dumba, is appealing to the national government and NGOs to provide support for disadvantaged youth currently undergoing rehabilitation at the center. Speaking to journalists in District 17, Pastor Dumba explained that the Goshen Faith Transformation Center, established in 2016, was funded to transform and rehabilitate young people affected by drug addiction. Pastor Dumba added that the center began operations with only a few youths, but the number has rapidly increased due to the effectiveness of its rehabilitation program, while emphasizing the urgent need for government and donor intervention. The executive director of the Campaigners Against Misinformation and Disinformation in Liberia, Tawa Johnson, has participated in a visually high-level regional summit on digital transformation in West and Central Africa upon the invitation of the World Bank Group in Liberia, held November 17 to 18 in Cotonou, Benin. The summit was co-organized by the government of the Republic of Benin and the World Bank Group. The executive director, Tara Johnson, along with a TAG leader and a representative of a civil society organization in Liberia, participated online from the World Bank Group office in Liberia, doing the lightning talk on harnessing the potential of AI in Africa and the roundtable on developing the necessary AI capabilities in West and Central Africa. Residents of Duperville Waterside community have expressed profound gratitude to Renaissance Communication Incorporated Director General liability for what they described as a timely intervention through the donation of essential working tools. According to them, items donated will buttress their efforts in the area ahead of upcoming cleaning up exercise in the community. Speaking Wednesday, the community leadership emphasized that Verity has consistently demonstrated commitment as a private resident in this report. Disability's gesture is beyond human imagination, highlighting that Verity continues to support every community initiative despite not holding elected office in the district. In remarks, Liability revealed that the youth leadership recently approached him seeking support to participate in a community cleaning exercise. According to him, the donation comes as a result of requests made by youth of the area in support of their planned cleaning up exercises in the area, and promised to continue identifying with his people, especially activities that will have long-lasting benefits for residents of the community. At the same time, a Liberian entrepreneur, Lisa Whipper, has appreciated Renaissance Communication Incorporated Director General liability for his immense contribution to the society. Mana Whipper, who is the founder of the Whipper Foundation, an institution that is noted for producing locally made country club, recognized liability's contribution to the youth population, especially in the musical industry. According to her, ability has made lasting marks in promoting Liberian culture through music and other areas. As such, the institution that is also in the business of promoting Liberian culture deemed it necessary to recognize the efforts of ability. She spoke Wednesday when she officially presented one of the locally made country cloth scripts to life. In response, RCA Director General thanked Wayfair Foundation to its head, Madam so for the recognition it as a supply, which it promised with the Wayfair Foundation team in terms of promotion, while reaffirming his commitment to youth development. Now, outside of like a court in Nigeria priority leader Namdi Kanu guilty of terrorism and other charges following a decade-long legal case full of drama. He has been given full life sentences along with other terms to be served concurrently. The prosecution had called for the death penalty, but Judge James Omotosho said that executions were now frowned on. In his ruling, he said he was satisfied that Kanu had made a series of broadcasts to incite violence and killing as part of his campaign for a separate state in southeast Nigeria known as Biafra. Well, Johnson, that's it for the news bulletin. It's back to you for continuation of the program.
The news bulletin is a regular feature here on News Desk thanks to Emanuel Sensee, who is here with the reading of the news bulletin in one of our top developments following weeks of controversies surrounding the construction of the Jaw River Bridge. Ministry of Public Works approves for the construction of the 98 feet bridge by the CMC in Bong County. Let's bring it up first development on the program. The mother of an 8-year-old survivor is appealing with civil society organizations, the government, and international partners to help seek justice for a daughter who was allegedly raped by a 15-year-old boy identified as Lincoln Childs. According to Naomi, the incident occurred on November 17, 2025, at the Faith Mission Christian School System on the GSL Rehab Community in Painesville. The voice of a lady Jennifer Naomi with a daughter that's the of an 8-year-old survivor. The speaking to journalists in America, however, investigation continues in its development. The Citizens Movement for Change has welcomed the decision of the Ministry of Public Works granting full approval for the construction of the 98-feet Jaw River Bridge in Bone County. The bridge to be constructed is funded by the CMC and executed under the government letter dated November 19, 2025, and addressed through Representative Mavi Cool. Public Works Minister Relations welcoming the partnership with the CMC and transmits the food engineering designs, scope of work, and build of quantities prepared by the Ministry Bridge Unit as the official technical standards for the bridge. The political leader of the Citizens Movement for Change, Musa Hassan Bility, has criticized the 2026 draft national budget, describing it as a disaster that offers no benefit to the ordinary Liberians. Representative Bility said the budget appears merely to facilitate wasteful spending rather than supporting national development. According to him, the recent fiscal document is only to enrich officials of the Barker's government because it lacks strategic vision to address pressing national issues. The most political leader of the Citizens Movement for Change, Musa Hassan Bility. In another development, the political leader of the CMC and representative of Nima County District 7, Musa Bility, has vowed to construct 4 bridges in Bon County. According to Representative Bility, his decision to embark on these projects stems from the continuous challenges faced by citizens of central Liberia due to the lack of adequate infrastructure to ease movement within the county. voice of the political leader of the Citizens Movement for Change and Nima County District 7, Representative Musa Hassan Bedite speaking on the Truth Breakfast Show on today. At this point, we join Naomi Tapia to bring us the passion of life sports here on News Desk. Good evening.
Welcome to the question of life. Every 11 football players coach the local many at the time due to a friendly market that passed like a usual announced the cancellation of the club on Wednesday, 19th November to a written communication to the board. In communication that we would like to inform all that due to some issue within the family, he would like to officially announce his resignation from the messengers. We thank all for the time hoping that they will recoup in the future. Coach Emanuel has having 11 football club lasted 1 year and 21. Last year, Nigeria Cup 2025 is set to begin this Saturday, November 22, 2025 in Gbarntolmah County. According to the Prince Sports International, the tournament will be held at the various stadiums against the other teams from the surrounding districts in one region of Gbarntolmah County with the team inspiring youth development to transform communities through sports. The competition constitutes a exciting football matches while one national features a District 1 versus District 2 at 2 p.m. in District 3 will take on District 4 at 4 p.m. The tournament will continue with teams covered on the November 2025 and a call on the 4th day 2025. Away from Liberia, Mexico struggle only but broadcasting some people are ready for a black superstar following the media treatment of Gbarntolmah. The Real Madrid midfielder has shown criticism in some quarters following his reaction to being substituted during the Three Lions World Cup qualifying win against Albania last weekend. Head coach Thomas Tuchel, who apologized for Torgbean earlier this year for describing his on-field behavior as repulsive, said he will review the midfielder's reaction against shown at England's training runners-up by Euro 2024, but is no longer a guaranteed starter on a title, and there are question marks over his position in next summer's World Cup squad. The right believes the courage of the 22-year-old who made his international debut at 17 is influenced by the power of the team and cutting certain people. The Stanford has grown remarkably since he left Birmingham City in 2020 for German club Borussia Dortmund and joined Real Madrid 2 years later in a deal worth up to 133.9 million euros. He won the La Liga and Champions League double in his first year at the Bernabeu, scoring 23 times and providing 13 assists at Euro 2024 to help Gareth Southgate's side enter the quarterfinals with a brilliant 95-minute overhead kick winner against Slovakia. Morocco right back Antak Hakimi has been crowned the 2025 African Footballer of the Year at the Federation of African Football Cup Awards in Rabat on a successful night for the host nation. The 27-year-old beat Egypt captain Mohamed Salah and Nigeria striker Victor Osimhen after helping club side PSG to the French title and a reigning Champions League trophy. Hakimi, who missed out on the top spot in 2023 and 24, became a first Moroccan to win the award since Mustafa Hadji in 1998. Meanwhile, Morocco captain Giselle Chebet won the women's class, surpassing the sea of Nigeria captain Rasheedat Ajibade and Alice Lioness's teammate Sana Sogi. The winners are voted for by a panel of experts, which includes members of CAF's technical committee, plus African media professionals, players, and coaches. And finally, Liverpool's controversial disallowed goal at Manchester City was correctly last overturned by a video assistant review in the hour, an expert panel has ruled. However, the English League's key match incident, the KMR panel, which reviews the big referee decision each week, was split on the decision. The five-person panel voted 3-2 that the only decision to disallow the goal was incorrect, but also found that the VAR was correct not to intervene. Liverpool captain Virgil van Dijk thought he had equalized for Liverpool in the 38th minute of the match at Etihad Stadium earlier this month. City went on to win 3-0. Referee Craig Campbell and his assistant stopped the ball to disallow the goal, ruling that Andy Robertson had committed an offside offense by blocking on the ball on its way to goal. The decision that Robertson's obvious action was impacted goalkeeper Georgie Donnarumma was supported by the VAR team of Marco Albert and Tim Woods. They also made contact with professional game match officials, the EGMO, to raise their concerns, believing the relevant procedure for the offside intent were not met. That's all from our respects.
Naomi Tapia and the Passion of Last Sports is a regular feature here on News Desk. Let's bring in more developments on the program. President Joseph Boakai says Liberia remains fully committed in combating money laundering and terroristic financing and all related crimes. According to him, this commitment is not a matter of external obligations, it's a national priority rooted in Liberia's desire to safeguard the integrity of financial system.
Like Louisiana, the book is important together where our collective wisdom of wisdom revealing combination convert shared touch and other concepts, the strategy values, build a safer, more transparent, more resilient response. This learning engagement comes at a time when the threat posed by money laundering, terrorist financing, organized crime, and illicit financial flows are more complex, more dynamic than ever. These threats undermine both regional and national security, disrupt financial system, erode public confidence through organized as leaders and policymakers, regulators, and participants who have a shared responsibility to confront these challenges like we have been fully committed to combating money laundering, terrorist financing, and other related crimes. This is maintained.
The voice of the Liberian Chief Executive President Joseph Boakai there speaking, also making remarks at the event was ECOWAS resident representative to Liberia, Ambassador Josephine Nkrumah.
The dedication and hard work of all anti-money laundering and countering financing of terrorism actors present here, from financial intelligence units, supervisory authorities, law enforcement and prosecution authorities. We operate at the front lines of a front that is often unseen, but whose consequences touch every life, every home, and every business across the globe. Their vigilance, therefore, and professionalism and pursuit of integrity.
The voice of Ambassador Josephine Nkrumah, she is ECOWAS resident representative there speaking. The University of Liberia has concluded a day-long orientation aimed at encouraging Liberian students to develop interest in obtaining a degree in gender and security studies at the institution. Making remarks Thursday during the orientation lecture, Emanuel, Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Innes Reeves Taylor, described the program as a momentous obligation in the history of the university.
This is a very momentous occasion in the history of not just the University of Liberia, but the Republic of Liberia. And may I say perhaps also in the region of Africa that we have a PhD program launched that focuses uniquely on gender and security studies. This, as it could not have come at a more important time than now. And most importantly, it's situated at the university.
That's the voice of the Vice President for Academic Affairs at the University of Liberia, the Dr. Ines Reeves Taylor there speaking during the launch of that program. The founder of the Goals Hand Fit Transformation Center, Pastor Moses Dumba, is appealing to national government and organizations to provide support for disadvantaged youths currently undergoing rehabilitation at the center. Speaking to journalists in District 17, Massachusetts County, Pastor Dumba explained that the institution was established in 2016 and was funded to transform and rehabilitate young people affected by drug.
2016, we have one of those cases where people get to sing, to bring them, to pray for them, go with person of the actual president who created TV, some day are in the States, and some are here. So we saw a unique food and said to myself, the God that restore someone that is seen and made that the poor athlete can also be transformed. I think from that organization to one of those from the 150 to 100, now 165. But as I release people, the church news, testimony will go and it will bring achievement. But anything, it is a good place. So you give yourself where I will see children going back to the ghetto, I think you can look out if you see yourself. I don't know what I think it's just the children of
That's the voice of Pastor Moses Domba. He is the founder of the Goshen Faith Transformation Center there speaking. Meanwhile, the Community Action for Integration Empowerment Incorporated, Care Liberia for short, through its founder, Kanwa Bachua, commended the institution for the initiative.
2 days ago, my team and I stopped here, and I was very amazed and overwhelmed about the level of work that an individual and his church congregation, have been doing in the lives of the young people here. As you may be aware, the issue of drugs and substance abuse has been very prevalent among our youthful population. So to see an individual like him, a humanitarian, who is also, side by side with us from the Community Action for Remediation Empowerment Incorporated, we see it as a call to duty and a way that we can be able to form some kind of partnership where we can bless the lives of our young people.
Kanwe Bajwa is the Chief Executive Officer and founder of the Community Action for Integration Empowerment Incorporated, Care Liberia. They're speaking. They listen to Dufan Datus, a survivor who made these remarks.
By the time I came on to school, the paper, the last one there, but now I'm going to do at least I'm focused to something today. So I think that my big thing is to go back to where I come from. I'm here and this thing and how it comes from. I'm a supervisor. Sometimes, it's very hard to do something. But just stay. I was going to go, you are going there, doing my thing.
The voice of a survivor there, he is Divine Datus. The speaking earlier on, we heard the voice of Kanri Bajwa. He is the executive director of the Community Action for Integration Empowerment and also the founder of the Goshen Faith Transformation Center, Pastor Moses Dumba. They spoke in District 17, Massachusetts County. They're taking us home on today's edition of the program news desk as we take leave of you a recap of our major developments. Mother of an 8-year-old rape survivor is seeking for justice for the child. Pews with civil society organization and international partners for help. Following weeks of controversies surrounding the construction of the Joy River Bridge, Ministry of Public Works appeals or approves for the construction of the 98-feet bridge by CMC in Bon County. University of Liberia encourages Liberian students to create interest in gender and security studies, concludes a day-long orientation on Liberia. Nigerian submarist leader sentenced to life for terrorism. We'd love to say many thanks to our writers, contributors, correspondents for making today's edition of the program a success. Thanks as well to affiliate radio station for relaying this broadcast. Thanks to Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited for their sponsorship. To EMP Daniel Dasif, who Sarah control and produce our sound, while not Maya Torgbean, Sarah control, that's Maya Torgbean was behind the camera, and Naomi Tapia brought for us the partial last post here on News Desk. Emmanuel Sensee was here with the reading of the news bulletin. On behalf of the news team, I've been the presenter, Johnson Gbarntolmah. Good night.